Hi, and welcome to the 1010-Diverse Show, episode 81. Coming up first, well, we've got between 9 and 10 artists tonight, and coming up first from Idaho, return to the show for one and only Dave Nudo. Great to have you back, Dave. Could you introduce yourself, brother, and what's the story behind your song, The Lord or the Devil?
Hey, I'm Dave Nudo. It's good to be here with you, Sparky, as always. The Lord of the Devil kind of came to me one night when I was sitting around the house, and I got to thinking, you look at the magazines, you watch the TV shows and all that stuff, and the commercials, and they're always trying to sell you some kind of like pill or some kind of diet that's going to make you better than you are, and all that stuff. And I kind of got the feeling that was a little bit, bull crap. But anyway, nevertheless, here's this song. It's called Lord of the Devil. It's about that pill they always try to get us to swallow. So I guess the question is, in a way, who leads you, the Lord or the devil?
Hey, absolutely. And this family this music family promotes the Lord all the way, and you wouldn't even mention his name unless you were in the Lord's side, Dave. So hats off to you, brother. You have some massive fans in here. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. The Lord of the Devil by Dave Nudo. Enjoy. One love.
Something good or something bad, even though they shouldn't. A little bit of heaven right here on earth, a little hell if that's what works. Some are saved on the dance floor. You can look in your Sunday hymns. I find it on the back roads, or call my old man again. 'Cause we all need some pills to swallow. You've always known, a lot less sticks and stones. We all need some pills to swallow, a guarantee on a path to follow. Will it be righteous or evil? Who leads you, the Lord or the devil? Watching Fox or CNN, you can ask your preacher man or anyone who gives a damn. We all need some pills to swallow, a guarantee or a path to follow. Will it be righteous or evil? Who leads you?
Absolutely fantastic. I pressed it on there. Just world class, Dave. Honestly, man, you're as good as it comes. Let's see what the pros I've got to say, because I'm the least qualified person to give any of their music review. I'm just a podcast guy. So let's go Kimbo TH, and then our next guest is Kevin. Kimbo, then Tim Hopkins, then Kevin, please. What was your thoughts there?
Well, immediately, I think the idea of the song, the lyrics. I mean, it's pretty poignant these days. I mean, everything's a sales pitch, you know, and they can say this or that, you know, 4 out of 5 dentists love this, but who really knows? You know what I'm saying? When they pull your teeth out, then you know it wasn't true. But you know, it's just something that's really, really alive in this commercial. You know, especially this time of year, everything's all about, you know, buying and getting the sales and everything else. But getting something a little simpler is great. I gotta say, the guitar immediately, the guitar work is just fantastic. I mean, it really is. You know, you get that sense of some country, but also some power in there. So I like it a lot, brother. Nice job.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, the Nashville Cats did those tracks for me.
Cool, man.
Well said, Kimball. Well said. Do you know, because there's only 7 guests, we're just going to give everyone a chance to say something to each other because it's perfect, you know. So I'll just start from the top. So let's go Tim Bruce, then Tim Hopkins, if that's okay. TB, then TH.
Okay. Well, Dave, that was great. I really enjoyed it. You know, sort of being from England, that kind of music doesn't kind of sit quite so well as it does in the States. But, you know, having spent a lot of time in the States recently, I will cover that perhaps a little later. You know, it's great. It sounds really, really good.
Thanks, man.
Nice.
Well said, well said. Tim Hopkins, and then we'll go to Trevan, as in heaven. Tim, then Trevan.
Dave, I really enjoyed that. It got my head bopping right from the beginning, which is always one of the things that tells me I think it's a good piece of music. I liked the ironic tone of your lyrics. You know, it's spouting all this stuff just like the tone you get from commercials, but underneath there's this undertone of you know, watch what you're listening to and watch where it takes you to. So I really like that. I'm always a music first before lyrics guy. For whatever reason, I don't know. I always have been, but I enjoyed the sort of conversation that was going on as well between the lead vocal and the arrangement, the band part as well. I thought it was really effective. So 5 thumbs up if I had them.
All right. Thank you.
Well said. Well said. Let's go Trevan, then Ryan, and then our next guest is Kevin. So Trevan, Ryan, then Kevin.
I love it, man. Being a guy, I've covered many genres in my musical exploration, and I feel like bluesy rock is always a foundational thing for me. And you just did it well. Your voice is awesome. You got the look too, and I feel like you know, as a package, it goes together really well. I love the cover too. The album art, great. Seeing your hair, it looks like something out of a movie. Good choice. Yeah, that whole thing, man. This the good choices, just great choice all around, man. Your voice is solid, strong. Like, I'm definitely music first too, as well. Like sometimes I don't even like the lyrics will fly by me, but that I think if you can bob to something and I don't even know what it's saying, but just the feeling is there, that to me is always a great sign. So it's awesome. And I can see why Sparky has you on such a high in high regard.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Absolutely. Just check out the rest of your stuff. Is also I can say, man, it's as good as it gets. Welcome to the show, Harrison Kenner. He's another artist who sings for the like the spoken word and stuff. So that's the second half of the show. Ryan, then Kevin, and come on the camera when you're good, Harrison. But Ryan, then Kevin.
I liked it. I liked it a lot. The message is good. The music is great. You know, I'm a lyrics guy. You know, the other guys are music. I'm more of the lyrics guy, and I like the lyrics as well. Overall, it's great.
Right on, man. Thanks a lot.
Well said, well said. And Ryan, Trevan's in New York at the moment as well, so hopefully you're taking a hook up after this. Kevin from Radio Drive, what was your thoughts there, dude?
Yeah, absolutely amazing. I mean, it just grabbed my attention right from the get-go. Production, excellent. Execution, excellent. The talent, tasty guitar licks, I love that. And certainly a great message. I mean, I think it goes deeper than just, the infomercials and all of that stuff. Especially where we're at now in the world, it's time to make a stand and make a choice. And, in my personal conviction, side with the Lord.
Right on.
Absolutely. And do you know what Kevin's song's called next? The Taste of Heaven. So this is the most godly.
I got to attend to
Sorry,
something.
Dave?
I'll be back. I got to
No
attend
worries,
to
man.
something.
Just
I'll be
come
right
and
back.
come and go as you please, brother. Thank you, Dave. Till the next time,
All right,
Dave
man.
Nudo.
Thanks,
Just come and go
everybody.
as you please. Brother. Nice one. And welcome, TK, Kenner Harrison. So I'll rename you as I introduce the next artist. So Kevin, could you introduce yourself? Who are Radio Drive and what's the story behind your song, A Taste of Heaven?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Sparky, thank you so much for having me on. I appreciate your, keeping in touch with me. That's awesome. It's just been kind of a crazy time now with too many things, but we'll touch base offline about that sometime. But anyway, yeah, Radio Drive. It's an alternative pop rock band out of Minnesota. At the moment, everybody's kind of gone their own direction after COVID, so it's really just me at the moment. But the song we're about to hear is probably my most successful song, released back in 2014. I wanted to present this one because I think it's a good introduction to my music and songwriting, and certainly Radio Drive. I used to live out in New York City way back when. And that's where I met my wife. And it was just a beautiful time, so carefree and wonderful. Just the two of us, and New York City is our playground. So I wanted to capture that essence in this song here. And it was just like a taste of heaven. So that's what I called it.
Hey, it's absolutely awesome, and it was always going to be one of the first or second songs today because you've not got the full 90 minutes available. But sit back and enjoy. This song's world class. 10,000 subscribers he's got his YouTube channel already, so he's doing well. A Taste of Heaven by Radio Drive. Enjoy, ladies and gentlemen. One love.
melted all my fears away. It was a taste of heaven. Days with no room for care. My thoughts of you were always there. It was a taste of heaven. A taste of heaven. A taste of heaven. A taste of heaven. A taste of heaven.
Absolutely magnificent. That's
Thank
what
you.
but that just honestly, man, just wowzer. So the next
you.
guest is Trevan, as in heaven. That's funny how you said to pronounce your name like that, and then there's a song called this. So,
Is
so
it?
you get to say something last, just so that it's easier for me. Kimbo, then Tim Bruce, then Tim Hopkins. What was your thoughts there? I'm going to load up Trevan's song. So Kimbo, Tim B, Tim H.
Where I literally like the fact that you captured a moment in time that was important to you, but also for the rest of us who have also had those moments in time. I mean, you know, we can relate to that. It was a love song. I mean, obviously, really a love song that was very upbeat. I really enjoyed it. The jangly guitars in there reminded me of a group that I admire very much, the Ocean Blue. I don't know if you've ever heard of them or not. But
No, yeah.
oh, you got to look
Thank
them
you.
up. Yeah,
I
mean,
will,
it did
I will.
remind. It's great stuff. Anyway, you know, the other message is, hey, you took a risk and moved away. You just never know what's over that hill.
Yep.
You know, maybe a great relationship, right?
Yeah, exactly. And it was. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So the message, you know, was there. Appreciate it. Very good.
Thank you so much.
Well said, Captain Whitebeard. Tim Bruce, Tim Hopkins, and then Ryan. Next three, please.
Yeah, I mean, that was terrific. I really enjoyed the track. You know, as has been said, you know, it captures a moment in time. But I suppose, you know, we all want a taste of heaven, and you know, the fact that you know we're still going means that we should expect some more.
Yes, I like that.
Yeah,
Yes.
you know, that this is not something that we should be looking over our shoulder. You know, at the past, we should be saying, "Next one, please."
Yes.
And you know, so you know, it's a great song. You know, it would go down well in most circles, and a really positive message, which is all the more important these days.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Absolutely. Well said, man. Tim, Ryan, then Harrison.
Yeah, as I said with the last track, I'm always a music first guy. I mean, I'm kind of aware of the lyrics, but my focus is always on what's going on musically, and I really enjoyed that. It had that right from the beginning. It had that that sort of anthemic feel, you know, the kind of song where you're in concert and everybody pulls out their, well, in my day it would have been lighters, but now it's cell phones. And it, you know, it had that really beautiful flowing feel to it, and I enjoyed all the different rhythmic components that were going on, and then the lovely melody that you have over top. It gave it such a really positive vibe. I enjoyed it a lot.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Well said, well said. Just before you go, Ryan, Dave's short for time, so I'll let Dave jump in. He's working at the same time as being here. So Dave, then Ryan, then Harrison, please. Dave.
Hey, yeah. So I was unable to listen really close, but I could hear the melody and the beat and the arrangement and all that stuff. And so from where I was standing, I did hear the hook lines. It was about heaven. And anyway, I enjoyed what I was able to hear. The melody was really a classic and pretty melody, and I don't know, you know, you just get to listen to these things and appreciate them for what they are, and that I can appreciate. So thank you.
Well, thank you, Dave. Thank you, Dave. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I just say, see if you like a song even a little bit the first time you hear it, it's a great song. Think of all the songs that's drilled in your head, you force them in your ears a million times, you go, oh, I really like that song now. First time you hear a song, if you like it even a little bit, it's a belter. Honestly, think about it. You know, Ryan, Harrison, and then our next guest, Trevan, as in heaven.
I liked it. You could tell it came from the heart. It was, you know, it was a heartfelt song. The message, the video was awesome too. New York City, it's a fun place.
Yeah.
Can't get in trouble if you're young, but you know, it's a fun place, and the video is great too.
Thank you.
Overall, great song.
Thank you.
Well said, brother. Mr. Harrison Kenner.
Yeah, I liked it. It reminded me of Chicago, one of my favorite groups. It had that outdoor, earthy love type feel to it. I really appreciate it. And I'm a big Chicago fan. You know, anything about Chicago I love. So it's got that Chicago feel.
Well, thank you. Yeah, that 25-6-4, one of my favorite songs by them.
Yeah, yep.
Hey, that's it. So what does Trevan have to say here before we get to your section, man?
I loved that it had that 80, it had such a nostalgic, almost like an 80s, because you said like kind of a pop rock alternative sort of sound. But then, so I was almost expecting, because that's sort of my lane that you guys are about to hear as well, but it's more like
cool.
90s, 2000s kind of. But to hear you with like the way you use the reverb and everything around on the track and on your voice on the guitar, and similar to what Ryan said, I thought the video too was a really nice, like certain shots that you had in there with the driving shot, or certain scenes that it complemented it very well. It was very nice, very much, very soundtrack. Definitely would be a great soundtrack song.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you.
Well said, Trevan. Well said. And do you know what? I should have said it after Dave's section. For anybody who's ever watching this in the near future or the long term, look in the description of the video. You'll see all the artists here, their Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Spotify accounts, because that's what I add to all the places that I upload this. So, Kevin, Radio Drive, thanks for being a wonderful guest, man. Until the next time.
Thank you.
So
yeah,
we've been
I'll
in
stick around for
Idaho.
probably about another 15. Yeah, I'll hang around for a bit. Like you said, Sparky, you just don't want to leave.
That's it. Honestly, man, it's something you don't want to leave here. I mean, you've met new friends for life here. Unless you're a friendly person, you'll be talking to these people. So we've been in Idaho, we've been in Minnesota, now we're going over to New York. He's in, but he's from California. Trevan, as in heaven. Introduce yourself, brother, and what's the story behind your song "Cry Your Eyes Out"?
So my name is Trevan. My dad actually was a musician, and I was actually born to one of his songs playing in the delivery room. He never necessarily had success, though. And then this song actually was birthed, the initial idea was birthed at a kid's party I was hired to play about 2 years ago, almost exactly. And this little girl just started crying. She was just screaming and yelling, and you could feel the whole party was getting like, oh God, like that awkward feeling, when there's a child just going off the rails. And I felt into that at first. And then I just was like, you know what? She's just having a tough time. Like, and I decided to try to, and I just made up this chorus, but I sang it as this kind of happy, feel good, like, it's okay to cry. And then I brought it to my friend Michael Blue, who actually produced Colby Calais and One Republic and Jason Mraz and all these people. I had worked with him as a writer-producer, and I was doing this new album with him. He just saw the title, and from that, he was like, man, what if we took that and we made it more like a ballad? What if we made it more emotional? And I was like, okay. And this song for me is a huge metaphor, because I've had a lot of struggles with mental, emotional health challenges. Some that, it was a near fatal accident I had a couple years ago, actually, that this song, I feel like, speaks to that. And I'm hoping it can be like a comforting voice for anyone who's going through any sort of challenge, especially now with what's going on in the world, like everyone has described, the challenges that we're facing personally, collectively, the idea that crying can be such an important release. And sometimes I've had some of my biggest epiphanies after being able to cry. So I'm hoping this song can be like that for people who are going through and need that permission to feel what they're feeling.
An absolutely brilliant track, and well introduced there, man, and welcome to the show. Trevan, as in heaven. I called him Trevan. It's Trevan, as in heaven, with his song. Cry your eyes out, sit back and enjoy. Ladies and gentlemen, no ladies in the room. However,
it's still so hard to know which side you're supposed to show. And every time it feels so close to coming home, life spins out of control. It's okay to cry your eyes out. Go ahead and cry your eyes out. You can put your head on my chest and let it all out. It's okay to cry your eyes out. Sometimes you look at me, I can't find a way to speak. There's no need to keep this heartache to yourself. okay. Need some help. It's okay to cry your eyes out. Go ahead and cry your eyes out. You can put your head on my chest and let it all out. It's okay to cry your eyes out. I hold on to you. Now and then we all could use someone. Cry your eyes out, and I'll cry my eyes out. You can put your head on my chest and let it all out. So cry your eyes out, your eyes out. I hold on to you. So cry your eyes out. It's okay to cry your eyes out.
Trevan, absolutely brilliant, dude. That song is it's a hit and waiting, man. So radio ready. It's perfect, man.
Mhm.
So it is. I'm going to let the two gentlemen with the shortest time schedules always comment first tonight. So let's go Kevin, then Dave, in case they have to go quickly. So Kevin, then Dave, what was your thoughts? Our next guest is Ryan. So Ryan, you'll be the last to comment here, brother. Kevin, then
Yeah,
Dave.
absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I mean, good call to make that more of a ballad. It just pulls on your heart. It just draws you in. Man, I could just see that one too in a movie during a scene. It's just absolutely brilliant. I'm almost at a loss of words because it's like that good, honestly. And that doesn't normally happen to me.
Hey,
Oh, you're on mute there. You're on mute there, Trevan. Yeah.
it actually got me. Sorry, it got me a little bit emotional. So I'm like, I'm not crying on my shoulder to put my
I was gonna
sunglasses on.
say, you got your glasses on
You know
there.
what I
Maybe
mean?
you're.
And I'm not stupid. I go and stick myself. And anyway, I telling myself that. Sorry. On you go, Trevan. You can Trevan reply, and then Dave. I'm sorry for butting in.
No, absolutely brilliant. I mean, all the best
Thank
to you on this
you.
song. Did you just release it?
So funny enough, it came out a little earlier this year, but what ended up happening was this radio network started playing it internationally, and I didn't even know it. It was like #1 in their station for like 7 weeks or something. And there's all these weird things that it's like I'm like. So this song has been the ultimate lesson in trust because it was the song I was like the least connected with. I was the most like, I can't carry a ballad because all these things that like it's such a metaphor for me and my own. So thank you, Kevin, and to hear you say just being at a loss for words.
Yeah, and your singing range, brilliant. When you're hitting those high notes, they're just effortless. They flow. Absolutely brilliant. I'm gonna find that song and put it on my playlist. That is brilliant.
Oh, thank you, Kevin. It's on all platforms.
Yes.
All platforms. Whatever you like to stream. Thank you.
Couldn't agree more. Let's go, Mr. Dave Nudo, then Harrison Kenner. What was your thoughts there, gents?
Hey, yeah. So I was listening to the music there, and it was all everything the whole way through was engaging, and it kept you wanting to listen and kept you definitely engaged with the way the arrangement went and the timing and the melodies and all that stuff. And your singing voice is really nice too. That all kind of reminded me of something like, I don't know, something from the 1990s kind of a vibe, a little bit of a thing. It was the good stuff though. And also what kind of hit a little bit was the lyrics. Obviously, for a hillbilly from Idaho, sometimes it's kind of hard to give yourself that permission to sort of let go and let those emotions take over and get that release. But you know, and then especially there towards the end where you kind of said, "I'll cry with you," sort of a vibe. That's even better, man. That, yep, had me.
Wow, dude, Dave, that means so much, dude. Thank you. Because I look at you as the ultimate, like, the man's man. So, like, to hear that is so meaningful, dude. Like, so meaningful that this song, that, you know, that'd be the fear that this song, like, can only reach a certain person. So to hear that it could touch you in that way too, man, it's very. Thank you.
You bet, man.
Well said, well said. Honestly, it really is awesome. Harrison, then the two Tims, and then Kimbo. Harrison, then TH, then TB. Harrison?
All right. Good vocals, good arrangement. It's a smooth sound, reminds me of the 70s and 80s, which is what we missing. A lot of your music now don't make no sense. And saying
Don't make no
nothing.
sense, sir.
It's just out there talking about anything, and that's why your youth don't know nothing about romance. They don't know nothing about dating, courting. That's the kind of song you meet somebody that's been through a hurt, and you letting them know, hey, I got a shoulder for you to cry on, you know. And that's the kind of stuff I like to write, because so many people are hurting and nobody is singing about. That's when you in my day, that's how people were able to relate in music, because songs were about things they were going through. But nobody's doing that now. If it ain't about getting high, smoking, drugs, and sex, that's why a lot of relationships are not lasting, because don't nobody know about relationships. And just simply giving a person a shoulder to cry on, that's what we need. I love it. I love it.
Well said,
you,
brother.
Harrison.
Well said.
Thank you. Thank
Do you know the music is there? Just the mainstream doesn't let you hear it. All the radio stations, the television doesn't let you hear good, positive, feel-good factor music. It's not allowed. But hey, let's all together build a rival to the mainstream music industry and we'll get it up. Well said, Harrison. So, Tim Hopkins, Tim Bruce, then Whitbeard.
I'm almost at a loss for words, because that song just touched me right from the beginning. I've been through some stuff in my life that I can't even begin to talk about, and it was just genuine, you know. I mean, right from the first note, everything about it was just genuine. And that's, you know, talking about today's music, that's one of the things that I can't stand, is I feel like it's all plastic. And that song is not that at all. It just feels real, and your vocal performance just absolutely nailed it as well. You know, right from the top, I heard when you started singing, I thought, I love this voice.
Yeah,
because it felt genuine, and that's what I often feel I'm missing in music, is that sort of genuine emotion. And you absolutely had it in that song, and beautiful simplicity is the other way I would describe it.
Look what everybody's doing to him. He's absolutely loving this. Trevan, I've been talking to you for about 2 years now. I'm so happy to get you here, dude. And you know, I like to look at the artist's face when they're getting the reviews, and he's loving this. And you look at Tim's crying. Tim's crying. It means what you've done to him. So Tim, Bruce, then Kimbo, then Ryan, and hey, we can take as much. This is an intimate show. There's only 8 guests, so hey, Tim, Bruce, then Big Kimbo, and just go, gentlemen. Hey,
Trevan, all I would say is, right from the outset, your vocals were spot on, and in fact, that was the first thing that struck me when I heard the track. But what you were able to do was convey the emotion that you've kind of gone through, and I think that is so genuine. And we've been saying it quite a bit, haven't we? You know, the industry needs people to be out there, you know, heart on the sleeve job, rather than just a manufactured sound. And so, I think, what you've got there is a real formula for success. If that's what you do as an artist, is you put your heart out there and you sing your heart out, that's what the world wants to see.
Thank you, Tim. Thank you. I have to say, it means so much to hear everything about the vocals too, guys, because when I was starting, it was such a long journey. I was actually playing the drums on the track too, but I was a drummer first and then made my way. And that's my biggest insecurity is, like, when we did this song, I'm like, I can't carry a piano ballad. There's no way. And Michael's like, no, you got this. Don't worry. So to hear you guys give that feedback is very meaningful.
You did it.
Honestly, next level stuff. Dave Nudo had to go away, but he'd come back in fourth. He's at his work, so hats off to him for being there. Well said, Tim Bruce. And you know, my little brother's name's Bruce, so it's a special name to me. That's another story. Kimbo, Captain Whitebeard, he's on the show with me earlier today, 2 p.m. Kimbo, you're the man. Then Ryan, our final compliment. We'll get to Ryan's section. So Kimbo, then Ryan.
Well, generally, the only time I shed a tear is at the ending of the movie Rudy, where he sacks the quarterback. That's the only time I ever, no joke. I mean, it's the only time I shed a tear. But I'll say my eyes got a bit moist. I'll leave it at that, I will say, though, that, as more of a music over lyrics, I mean, I'm sorry, the lyrics are the ones that delivered this. Everything else was supportive of the lyrics, okay? The piano, the drums, the orchestra synth, I mean, all fit together very nicely, but it allowed you to present the message. And see, to me, that's the key right there. But wonderful job, man.
Well said, man. Well said, brother. Ryan, Smiles Are Free Hardy. What was your thoughts here before we get to your section? And Kevin, if you have to go, Kevin, that's totally fine. Bye, brother. He did say from the start, and you can watch the rest of the show tomorrow. One love.
Happy holidays, Kevin.
Cheers, dude. Speak to you soon. So we'll just continue with this. It's an intimate show. If there's only X amount of guests, and we just thought that it's better. It's So anyway, Ryan, what's your thoughts before we get to your section, brother?
I enjoyed it fully. Your voice is amazing. You said you didn't know if you could hit those notes. You definitely hit them. You hit them well. It reminded me of an old artist that I haven't heard in a while, but Ashley Parker Angel. I don't know if you know who he is.
I don't know who that is.
Phenomenal sound. You have this sound, and it's a great sound.
Thank you, Ryan.
Well said, well said. And you two can ask each other in chat what part of New York you are both in at the moment, because Trevan is from California, but he's in New York, so hey, hook up. Trevan, until the next time, brother, honestly, come and make this place your home. There's 200 artists have got lifetime memberships, and they come back all and meet each other in different shows, and honestly, it's special. A lot of people say that about their own show, but this really is a special place, I promise you. Trevan, till the next time.
Appreciate you, Sparky. Thank you, Sparky, so much. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for all the feedback.
Hang around and watch the rest of the guests if you can, man. Please, that would be a So from New York to New York, return to the show for Ryan. Smiles Are Free Hardy. Is that not just a beautiful name as well? Ryan, introduce yourself and what's the story behind your song, Demons?
I'm Ryan. This song it's about mental health awareness. I struggle with mental health a lot, and some days where I can't even get out of bed, and I'm seen as people look down on you, and they make fun of you, and they don't know what's going on inside of your head. It's a whole struggle some days just to look in the mirror and get out of bed. So this song was more of a venting, towards people that don't understand mental. They're just like, snap out of it. It's not like that. But it's kind of it's the demons inside of my head, I guess. That's what this is about.
Hey, dude, you're an absolutely wonderful person. You're a wonderful artist, and you know something. You're on a show tonight, and there's everyone here's like godly people, and this song, it's not the opposite from it. So sit back and enjoy it. Ryan is marvelous artist here. So Demons by Ryan. Smiles Are Free Hardy. Sit back and enjoy, ladies and gentlemen.
Demons inside of me, they won't ever let my mind free. Demons inside of me. They won't let me free. Every day that I wake up, I don't wanna go another day. I don't wanna feel the pain that I felt before, so I just go and try to escape all the pain from yesterday. Because today is a new day. I'll never live that life again. No! Reminisce with me as I take a walk in the valley of the shadow of death, yo. I take a look at my life, I realize I got a lot left, cause I ain't giving up, ain't giving in to stress. Because I'm telling you right now, if you don't, then you'll never know, and you'll go broke. Cause you'll never know if you don't try, you'll never know. And I don't know why you gotta hate me so much every day. And I don't know why you gotta hate me so much every day. So I got all the words that I say, and they don't know when I say them to your face. Do you think it's funny, but it's not to me? Not to me, cause when you're laughing it enrages me, and I become the demon that you always call in me. Yeah, I got the demons inside my mind. They haunting me every day and every night. They just won't leave, won't go away tonight. So stop fucking with me before I let them out. When I do, you're really gonna find out that those demons aren't the ones you wanna play with. They fucking with my mind inside my head every day and every night. They won't go to sleep tonight. They won't let me go to sleep. They won't let me rest tonight. They won't let me do nothing. The demons haunting me inside of my mind. And every day and every night I don't wanna be mean, but that's the only way the demons want me to be free. So stop saying all the bullshit to me, because if you don't, you're gonna find out first thing. And I know something you don't wanna see, and I don't wanna be a part of yo. I thought that I buried them deep down inside, but you bring out the worst in me sometimes. When they come out, the worst in me sometimes comes out. Man, you better run, you better run. I'm telling you right now, it's not any fun, because everybody, everybody's happy and they think it's just me, but it's not. It's the demon side of me. They fucking with my head every day and night, but no one knows the struggles and all of the fights that go on inside my mind every day and every night. Yeah, you think it's funny, but it really ain't to me, man, cause mental warfare sure as fuck ain't fun. I'll tell you that right now. If you ain't never done it, don't do it. You don't wanna fucking do it, have to go through it. That's some shit you don't wish on anyone. Scream, I'm telling you right now. Tell you right now. Let them out, let the demons haunting me inside. Let them out, if you wanna play with them tonight, we'll see. I'm about the demons that haunting me inside of my mind.
Ryan smells of Fee Hardy. Do you know something, dude? You can tell that you've obviously struggled with mental health, but do you know something? See, owning it like Tyson Fury does. Tyson Fury, you know, the boxer.
I don't know if it's my internet's messing up. I can't.
It is mine that's going a little bit poor here. I'm going to turn my camera off to help the connection a little bit. It's saying it's unstable. Let's do the round robin here. Trevan, what was your thoughts?
You know, man, it's cool because I actually grew up playing drums in the metal scene. That was actually what I came. So even to hear some of the screamings, you know, listen to bands like Slipknot and a lot of those things that were like huge influences for me when I was younger. I admire someone who can put that level of honesty to what they're feeling when it's that heavy and it's that dark, because I tend to, just like you're saying, it's like I might feel it, but then I'll try to shift around it. So I'll always have an admiration for an artist who can just say it and own it and be like, this is what I'm feeling, and I don't give a shit what anyone thinks. And so I admire that, and I can appreciate that. And did you produce the track and everything yourself, or do the whole?
Yeah, I actually recorded it on a cell phone.
Dude.
Wow.
Nice.
Hey.
Just ultimate DIY.
That whole song was recorded, mixed and mastered on an old iPhone 7.
Do you know what you are? You're like a heavy metal / rapper mix, which is very rare. This is a diverse show, guys. So this is a diverse show. There's hip hop shows, there's metal shows, there's rock shows we do. So absolutely fantastic, dude. And you know, I've got your back here in the music family. My signal is really bad here. I'm worrying about it now. Let's go the two Tims, Tim Hopkins, Tim Bruce.
Yeah.
Ryan, I really enjoyed it. It got my head moving right from the start. I mean, obviously, it's not a happy song, right? But you really express your emotions in an honest way, as Trevan said, and I appreciate that. I'm a bass player. I used to play in rock bands and like prog rock bands and that. And the thing that always catches me with what you did is that sub bass, which was just beautiful, just right on the edge with the gain right up and almost distorted, but just perfect rhythmically. So well done with that.
Thank you.
Well said. Tim Bruce.
Yeah, right. I just thought again, thank you for your honesty. You know, it's much the same as what we were saying to Trevan, really. You know, this world needs artists who are going to be honest and be upfront. And I felt the song just really reflected that. My encouragement would be, this is just a phase. You will come through this. You've got the strength within you to kind of come out the other side of this. And so, you know, that would be my encouragement to you, is you might look back on that track in the future and say, that was the past.
Hey, well said, Tim, well said. Harrison and then Kimbo, our next guest. And do you know what the next song is called? Manic Depression. That's what Kimbo's son's song is called. We're featuring next. So Harrison, then Kimbo.
I have members of my family who struggle with mental health. I got a sister right now who's in an institution. They don't call it a mental institution. They call it a rehabilitation center. She's been there 2 years, and that probably will spend the rest of her life there. I've had an aunt that passed in the mental institution. It's in my family. So it got me to thinking what they be going through. When they come around, everybody kind of handles it with kid gloves because any moment they could go off. Those kind of things, if you've experienced them from a family member, you're sensitive to it. And I appreciate the fact that you address it. You're not ashamed of it. And I agree, people need to stop looking at as there's something wrong with you. Just look at it as they're still human beings. You still are human, and you can get through. So I appreciate your honesty.
Thank you.
Well said, brother. Mr. Kimbo.
Well, I'll tell you, you know, like he was saying, Harrison, that basically, I think we all have people in our families and friends even that, you know, deal with stuff like that, you know, either bipolar, more serious things than that. And I appreciated the fact that, you know, the demons, you laugh at somebody with those kind of demons, and it can physically get very antsy, you know, either with, you know, dealing with somebody else who's making fun of someone, or to themselves even, to that damage. I mean, it's that serious. I like the fact that the video consistently had a graveyard, okay, and in the beginning, a gravestone. So, you know what, it's like, gotta say, if you can come over that and get away from the death of it all, that, you know, you're successful in that. So, a very serious subject. And, you know, I appreciated it, and I understand, you know, where you're coming from. And again, everybody called you brave. I'll call you courageous too. I mean, it's because you're coming out about you. And, you know, a lot of people don't want to do that. They want to keep everything quiet, you know, so they all look good. But you're actually helping people by spreading that news, you know.
Thank you.
Very good. Love it.
Well said, dude. And as I'll say it again, Ryan, I've got your back, brother. Let's say I'd like you to be a co-host on a hip hop show, and I'd like you to come into the heavy metal shows and shock them as well. So, Ryan, smiles are free Hardy until the next time. And Trevan, Ryan, hit each other up. You're probably 5 minutes away from each other. You might not be. It's New York.
I'm way upstate. I'm up by Canada.
Oh, right. I'm right now. I'm at the North Shore, like on Long Island, I think.
Yeah, I'm like 6 hours away.
Oh my God, you're
way up here, man. I'm way up.
Hook up anyway. Up. Ryan smiles are free Hardy. Right. So from New York, we're heading over to Florida now. I'm going to put myself off camera because my signal's so bad. Kimbo, could you introduce the band, which is called Stanley Standard? Your son Zachary Groff is in it, and explain what you know about their song Manic Depression that we're going to feature here.
Well, my son is classically trained. Trevan, you know, I'm the musician, and then my son, he got trained classically. He's the musical genius in the family. I just hack away. But it's really he's classically trained, but he fell in love with jazz because it's very complex, and he likes to overcome the complexities. So he's a jazz pianist, along with being a classical pianist. He's also a world-class whistler. He's won various contests worldwide. He toured in Japan and, wow, this country, Scotland. So, he's pretty talented. but he started the jazz trio. And manic depression, you know, it's not going to sound like it, okay, but that's how jazz is. He did all of the arranging, and you're going to notice some classical included in it because, I mean, that's his forte. But my son Zachary, hey, when you're promoting people, you know, I mean, you could have a little nepotism. So, you know, he's already got 2 CDs out, so you know, it's not that that's a problem. But I hope you enjoy it. Very good stuff.
Oh, I'm sure everyone will love it. Stanley Standard with the track Manic Depression. Then we've got a wonderful piece from Tim Hopkins. Then we've got 2 spoken word tracks at the very end. So sit back and enjoy Manic Depression by Stanley Standard. One love, Kimbo, and you to your son.
Ready? 4, 5, 6.
Now that's what I call showing off. Eh? None of this practicing things 100 times, just sit down and just come out with stuff like that. Fantastic. So Tim Hopkins, you're the next guest. So let's go. Ryan, then Harrison, then Trevan.
I liked it a lot. It was very relaxing and peaceful. I like it. You know, it's awesome music. You don't really hear that, you know, that kind of music anymore. I like it.
Mm-hmm. Well said. Well said. Harrison, then Trevan.
It has a black church gospel feel to it. It reminded me, said the church and the choir doing a marching song, so it has that gospel feeling to it. I like it because it brought back some memories. So yeah, but it definitely good. I like it.
Well said, brother. Well said. Well said. Trevan, and then Tim Bruce. Yeah, Trevan, then Tim Bruce.
Yeah, man. I feel like as I get older, my appreciation for things that include piano and jazz and classical, you know, I think maybe that's just what happens. There's a peacefulness, as Ryan described. And I love, like, I was starting to yawn, but I take that as a positive. Like my body, my nervous system is calming from listening to it. And I also would say I could see a really fun video to that, almost like an acted out thing of someone who like because the rhythm of the doom, like it's like you can see like someone who keeps resetting. They like it to make that manic thing, like So it's just really cool to have that visual too. It was awesome.
Yeah, I was going to pick up on that as well. You know, the sort of the hook that's in the, you know, in the whole sort of structure of the song and the chromatics climbs, and you know, it's really it's really quite a sort of dynamic track, even though it's dealing with a serious issue, and I kind of love the contrast, if you like, that you had within the track. So I thought, you know, well done. It sounds, you know, what it's, you can tell it's jazz, but it's also got a theme which I really enjoyed.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, and see what you need to appreciate as well is they're just sitting doing it off the cuff, getting recorded on the spot. It's not like been put through any like mastering things. It's just a live video in it. So just imagine how good it could be. Tim Hopkins, what's your thoughts before we get to your section? 3 more songs to go. Trips.
I really enjoyed that. I've been around jazz for a long time. I'm not really very good at it myself. I play double bass, but my musical brain doesn't really work well with jazz. But I could really hear the classical influence in that as well. I think it was the thematic component, as Tim Bruce mentioned, that you could hear coming back, and then it just deviated off into these bits that sounded a little bit more jazzy, but you could still hear the reference to the theme. And I really loved there were a couple of times where they did the quick time signature change, and the whole thing was it was like tongue-in-cheek. It had a sense of humor all the way through, which I always love in music, when something makes me chuckle. It's rare, right, in music, to find somebody who finds humor. So I loved it. Yeah, that was great.
That was so well said. I just want to say, yeah, there was a humor to it. That's what I love. Yeah. There was a humor about this serious subject, and like what Tim Bruce said too. Beautiful.
Well said. Well said. And Kimbo, obviously your son's going to see this. Zachary, you're absolutely fantastic, dude. And Kimbo, love you to bits. Zachary, you come and be part of this music family whenever you're ready, sunshine. Till the next time, Kimbo, and whoever he brings on the next time. From Florida, we're going over to Canada. Tim T.H. Hopkins, return to the show. Tim, introduce yourself and what's the story behind your song, A Window?
My name is Tim Hopkins. I live in Canada, but I was born in England, in Derbyshire. For Tim Bruce, you know where that is. I play lots of different instruments. I used to be a music teacher. I was a music teacher for a long time. I've played in all sorts of different bands. I've been a backup vocalist for people earlier on, before I became older and my voice didn't sound as good. I spend most of my time now doing electronic music, but most people tell me it doesn't really fit the definition a lot of the time of electronic music, because I think I let all my influences come in. I'm not really worried about trying to sound like one thing or the other. It's just whatever happens to be in my head is what I like to go with. The piece we're going to listen to is an older one, back when I was trying to do things a little bit more dancey than I do now, but it certainly doesn't fit the definition of what a lot of EDM sounds like, because as I said, I don't follow the rules a lot of the time. I like to find my own way of expressing things.
Dude, you're a very special artist. You've got your own genre. We're going to call it the Tim Hopkins genre. It's EDM based, but honestly, there's no one else like Tim, and you will absolutely love everything he does. A Window by my good friend Tim Hopkins. Sit back and enjoy. Tim Hopkins, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to be the co-host on the next EDM show. I think we're on episode 4 of that. Keep the camera on. As soon as it starts to go breaky, I'm going to stop. In fact, I'm going to stop. It's doing it again. So Tim Bruce, you're the next guest. So let's go with Harrison, Trevan, Kimbo, and then Tim Bruce. What's your thoughts here? Harrison, then Trevan.
I loved it. Good dance tune. Very funky, very smooth. I like that. I was humming along with it because I could hear vocals added to it and everything. So I like it. I really like it.
Thank you.
That's what you call funky. Yeah. Is it available? Is that available out on music apps?
It's on most of the streaming platforms. It's I have it on YouTube, and it's on Spotify, and yeah, you can find it on Spotify.
It's just A Window. That's the name of it.
Just called A Window. Yep, A Window.
Oh, okay.
It is the last track on an album I did. I'm trying to remember when it was released. 2022 maybe.
Okay.
The album's called Ruby's Lament.
Hook each other up, absolutely. Gentlemen, you're both my friends on Facebook, so it's not hard to hook up. Trevan, Kimbo, and then our next guest, Bruce.
Yeah, I'm always a huge fan of syncopated rhythmic stuff. I think they talked about what made Quincy Jones such a great producer was because he knew how to tie together syncopated melodies to make an orchestration. And it sounds like you did that so well, like from the lead melody. And I love, I love those kind of sounds too. Like to me, once again, very much like movie, like that's like what you would see like in like NCIS when they're like doing the like breakdown of like, they're breaking down the stuff and they're trying to figure out what's, what they're decrypting something. And that song is just the perfect background for that kind of scene. So I love that.
Cool.
It's great.
Cool.
Good stuff.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
Well said. Captain Whitebeard.
Well, I'll tell you, the music was great, but the video really kind of brought it home too. Just the fact that the eyes have been considered the window of the brain, and with everybody looking back at you, there's that little bit of discomfort, like you're getting stared at, but at the same time, you can see different people and different cultures and different feelings. I think one kid there he was looking, but he had a laugh. Finally, it was like, okay, too much. But I really, but to me, it was great. Again, the video was perfect with the music and the song. Yeah. So, I get it. Good stuff.
Thanks very much, Kimball. Thank you.
One of my greatest friends in the family, Tim, is he's such a gentleman, honestly. Wait till you get to know him, he's lovely. Tim Bruce, what's your thoughts before we get to your section, dude?
Okay, all right. Well, really enjoyed it, Tim. I want to agree with Kimbo. Really, the video to me sort of brought the track even more life. If because the variations that you kept bringing in, if you like, were added another layers, which was great, but the video kept you focused. Surprise, surprise, that's what the eye does. But yeah, it's just I felt that the two combined really well to give you a quality product, as it were.
Thanks very much, Tim.
Well said. Just one more question for me. Whose eye was it? Was that generated, or was that your own eyeball? So, bing, bing, bing.
It was just a clip that I found that I felt really worked.
Yeah, perfect, man. Tim T.H. Hopkins, you're fantastic, man. Until the next time. One love,
Sparky. Great.
So from Canada back over to the UK and England here. Tim Bruce, debuting on the show. Introduce yourself, Tim, and what's the story behind your song, Ripples on the Lake?
Okay, well, my name's Tim Bruce. I'm based in England, but I do spend quite a lot of time in the States because when I retired from full-time work in 2019, I took up cycling. And my first big ride was to cycle from Seattle to Washington, D.C. I had to go and buy a bike to do it, but it became a life-changing adventure for me. I worked in housing for most of my career, and this was a housing charity I was riding on behalf of. So there were so many boxes that it ticked that, I just had to do it. And I've been back 4 other times now. So I've cycled across America, and I've done 2 south to north. This summer I went from Tybee Island in Georgia to the lighthouse in Portland, Maine, and cycled through New York in the process, which was fantastic, because the last time I was in Central Park was with my wife after I completed the cross country. So it was very emotional for me. So what you're going to hear now is a track called Ripples on the Lake. And this really stems from my faith. As you will see, I'm a fairly overt Christian. There's a lot of scriptures that you will see in the video. But there are also quotes which are in italics, and there are some comments from me as well. And this track is taken from my second album, in honor of the Father, which has a double meaning for me, because it was also the same year that my dad passed away, and he was a big fan of music. In fact, it was his influence that got me into music, and then all my children are musical, which is fantastic. I've literally grown my own band. And on this particular track, you will hear my youngest son, who does both the cello and the piano work, and my daughter does the oohs and ahs in the vocals in the background. As with most of my music, this is an instrumental track, but when I had sort of done this track, I felt I had to do a video to explain what the concept is about ripples on the lake. And it's basically this, that in life, we create ripples. We often experience that, that something happened in life, and that maybe it was a positive impact that we had. But what we don't see are the ripples as that runs out onto other people's lives and everything. So we never really truly appreciate the full impact that our lives have. And so this video is basically an encouragement to create positive ripples, to be an encouragement, with acts of kindness. So these bike rides that I do, we do build days, and we stop, we do people's homes up. And obviously I'm raising money for the charity as well. And I know that creates ripples as well. The money is impacting on people's lives. So that's all that what this track is just a reflection on, are you creating the right ripples on the lake? I hope you enjoy it.
What a beautiful introduction there, Tim. And yeah, every action's got a reaction, and it's a similar thing, isn't it? So I can't wait to let everyone hear this. Sit back and enjoy, ladies and gentlemen. Ripples in the Lake by Tim Bruce. Very, very, very special song, Tim. And can I just say something? Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread and forgive us our sins as we trespass against us. Deliver us from evil. Deliver us. Come on, I've not done this from school. Deliver us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil.
Deliver us from evil, for thine is the kingdom,
the power and the glory forever. Amen. That's what I would like to say. I'm a man of God. And I'm talking to the youth here, especially in the western side of the world. It's unfashionable to believe in God anymore for the youth, and the mainstream push it across. But see, if you don't believe in God, honestly, you're in beep. I'm not kidding you. I'm going to let the experts say here. Harrison, you're the next guest, so I'll let you comment last. Let's go Kimbo, Tim, Trevan, as in heaven, and then Harrison. So Kimbo, then Tim.
You said me now, Harrison?
No.
Kimbo, Kimbo, then Tim.
Kimbo, Harrison will be the
Oh, me first. Okay. I just want to point out that I think the indie family, okay, is very charitable, and you are too. The indie family is very giving. So many charitable events I see with people that I promote. And I think that's just a wonderful thing. You might see somebody looks like, he's head of a motorcycle gang, but he's the sweetest guy you ever want to meet because he really cares and really loves things. I saw quite a few quotes from Isaiah, and I'm not sure, you can correct me here if I'm not. Availability is important, but using the availability is what really sets the stage for a greater spirituality. And basically what Isaiah said, here I am, send me, he was willing to go.
Yeah.
So, that's it. We can have time and we can be able, but we got to do, and that means physically doing. I mean, that's just the way it is. And that's how we bring each other together. Could be a little thing, could be a big thing, could be giving the widow's mite. That's all she had.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So, nice job. I love the family band too. Very new age, and you could almost be on John DeLiberto's show, which is very new age. And what did you have, a recorder in there, wooden flute?
It's a Irish whistle.
Irish whistle. Okay.
Yeah.
Like a penny whistle.
No, it's a long one. So
I was going to say it sounded a lot deeper than that.
It's a much lower tone.
Yeah. Cool. Good stuff, man.
Absolutely beautiful. Says Kimbo, the guy who looks like the head of the Hells Angels of America. You're talking about
I'm a Viking. You said I'm a Viking.
Yeah, Viking. Yeah. You're a white beard. Tim, then Trevan, then Whitebeard. So Tim Hopkins.
Yeah, Tim, that was beautiful. From a presentational standpoint, everything tied together. I loved it musically. Which is, as I said earlier, is the first thing I really listened to. I love the way you built from that opening theme where you have the gentle piano part that represents the drips of water, and then you built from that, gradually increasing the volume. If we want to put it that way, and the volume and the density of the arrangement as we see. Thinking about how the water flows out into the world and ripples flow out into the world and impacts more and more things. So I thought the metaphor was just beautifully carried out. I mean, it's not a new comparison. It's one that's been around for a long time, but I thought you told the whole thing beautifully. It was lovely.
Well said. Trevan?
Yeah, I was very curious to see what your sound was going to be, Tim. Just seeing you and how you spoke throughout the conversation, and you struck me as a tranquil person. So to hear that come across and have your music beautifully reflect that, and I loved all the choices of the quotes and everything that you used. And I've spent a lot of time in churches. I grew up going to churches and being a part of that, and I'm grateful for it because I feel like my view has sort of expanded in some sense, but like you said, we see that at the core of the church, in the idea that God is love and he that dwelleth in love dwelleth in me and I in him, and that you beautifully encapsulated that, and to share that, and that your intention for that with your charity work and everything you do, and to reflect that, like you said, that you're so clearly living what this song is about. This is like, it's like a beautiful theme song, and I'm sure one of many for your life and what you do. It's great. It's good encouragement and an invitation for others to do the same.
Can I just come back a little bit on that? And that is the fact that, you know, I think we really do not appreciate the impact that we have in life. And I have this wonderful idea that I'm going to be walking through the streets of heaven one day, and people are going to be coming up and saying, thank you. And I'm thinking, why, what did I do? And that's, again, part of what this picture is all about, is that, you know, we leave a legacy. There are things that we do in life, choices that we make that have repercussions. And, you know, I love what I did professionally, and I felt I had an impact on many hundreds of thousands of, you know, of people's lives. But I want to continue doing that in retirement. And one of the things that happens is every time I come to America, I have one of those encounters where you just know that you're in the right place at the right time, and you're God's voice to that person. And on a few occasions, you know, I've said things to people and they've just kind of like welled up, and I've just prayed with them, and, you know, and I just love that the fact that God will use us. I think, Kimbo, the phrase you were looking for is, God is interested in our abilities, but he's more interested in our availability. And that's where the shift happens, because God steps in and says, this is not you anymore, this is us.
But this is a very special show today. I'm absolutely blown away with this. Harrison Kenner, what was your thoughts there before we get to your section, dude?
I used to stay up at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning watching Maranatha. They would have those videos with scripture, and I recorded a lot of the music. I've already recorded this song. I already downloaded it, and I got a section on my phone with smooth music. It's under the smooth music section. I enjoy it, and it would remind me, because sometimes I get up at 3 or 4 o'clock, because it came on like 4 o'clock in the morning, and for 30 minutes they would have those videos with scripture, and it'd be different places and things that it's just so relaxing. That I almost went to sleep on this song. I really enjoy it because it reminded me of that. It's very positive, and that's what I was saying. The music today is not positive. It's just I can't even listen to it. It's just not positive. It's all about everything that's negative. So anytime something comes along that's smooth and soothing like that, and then you add a scripture behind it, that makes it even better. I really love it. And like I said, I've already downloaded.
Well said, brother. Tim, Bruce, I've been talking to you for a while. I'm so happy to have you here. And do you know something? I was wanting to end the show with Tim Bruce, then Harrison Kenner, another spoken word artist, and then Pastor Gerald Scott, who couldn't make it. I was wanting to put the threes together. So I've got 2 out of 3, is not so bad. Tim Bruce, till the next time, because you're coming back here, whether you like it or not. Tim Bruce, one love.
All right.
So,
well, if you are interested, I have a website, which is, and it's all one word, timbrucemusic.co.uk. And then if you go to YouTube and you again put in Tim Bruce Music, all one word, then you will get the YouTube channel. You will find 2 versions of this particular video, because I didn't want to confess it, but there's actually a typo in there. And I've corrected it, and I've got to put the corrected version up on YouTube. But I didn't.
I never noticed it.
No, I know.
No one noticed it. Hey, Tim Bruce, you're absolutely fantastic.
For shame.
Yeah. Do you know, I've got one sibling, if that's what a brother or sister is, and he's called Bruce. That's all I've got is one, and he's called Bruce. So you need to be, Tim Bruce, till the next time. Thank you. So from England over to Georgia, one of the places Bruce went through in his bike rides. Harrison TK Kenner, could you first of all tell me why your nickname's TK, and tell us the story behind your song, That's Why I Love You?
The T stands for my nickname, and K stands for it. I have a nickname. If you go to my old neighborhood and tell them my real name, they're not gonna know who you're talking about. But if you tell them my nickname, oh yeah, I know who that is. So the nickname is Tootie, Tootie. That's my brother named me that. Everybody that knows me from the neighborhood, they know me as Tootie Kenner. So that's what that is. The song, That's Why I Love You, I'm a romantic. So, you know, any song's got to do with love and relationships, I love. This song is dedicated to my wife, who has been a blessing to me. So I want to do something that really shows my love for her and my appreciation to her. So it's called That's Why I Love You.
Absolutely beautiful. Honestly, Harrison, you're a legend. Thanks for coming back on the show. And yeah, That's Why I Love You by Harrison Kenner. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy. Final song of the evening.
Love, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's why I love you, baby. That's why I do. That's why I love you, lady, I do. First thing in the morning I wake, your lovely smile is all I see. My heart and soul and my body starts to shake, 'cause you're here with me, yes you are. I start my day with a kiss from you. Your pretty eyes lift my spirits up. All day long I think of you, 'cause you give me love. That's why I love you. That's why I love you, baby. I do, girl. That's why I really need you. That's why I love you. Yeah, yeah. That's why I do. That's why I love you, lady, I do. Other fellas try to take your heart, but you tell them all that I'm your man. A love that's strong just can't be torn apart. And here we stand hand in hand. After a hard working day, you're standing there with your arms open wide, telling me, baby, that it's okay. You can come inside and love me now. That's why I love you, baby. I do, yeah. That's why I really need you. That's why I love you, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. I really love you. That's why I love you, baby. I really need you. That's why I do. Yeah. That's why I love you, lady, I do. Yes, you're beautiful. And oh, so fine. A good woman, yes you are. But that's not the only reason that I love you, girl. You see, you've got a heart of gold. You're spiritual. And you really know how to love your man. That's the real reason that I love you. Yes, I do. I love, I do. I really love you. That's why I love you. I really need you. That's why I love. I really love. I really love. I do. I really need you. That's why I love you. You're making my heart beat fast, girl. That's why I love you. I really need you. That's why
why I love you.
Oh man, that was just absolutely beautiful. And see to watch you sitting there singing that, you can tell how much it means to you. And do you know something? Your wife must really love you for coming up with that song, dude. You know, just very,
She's
very,
a good woman. She's
very
a good
special.
woman.
Uncle Tootsie, that's your new name for me for now. Uncle Tootsie, man, I swear, bro. Because I feel like there's a connection. That it's more. You're more than just you're somebody. You're very special, man. I can't wait to see more. Let's hear what Tim's got to say. Tim Bruce, then Tim Hopkins.
Yeah, lovely song. I love the backing vocals, just sort of blended so well into that track as well. It was just very gentle, very subtle, but quite romantic feel to the whole track. So I'm not surprised your wife liked it.
Well said, man. Tim Hopkins, then Kimbo, then Trevan, as in heaven.
Oh, I just closed my eyes and grooved to it the whole way through. Quite honestly, I mean, you had me right from the beginning, and your voice. Wow, that bend, that slide bend that you did right at the beginning, that was really incredible. And then just loving the interplay of the different instruments all the way through, and that nice open groove and that bass line that went up. You know, it went up with the vocals at times and provided a bottom harmony. I loved it. It was right on.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
That's why I love you, baby. That's why. Hey. Brilliant. Kimbo, Trevan, and then I've got a quick question for you all. Kimbo, then Trevan.
Yeah, I love the music. I thought your vocals were dynamic. I mean, really dynamic. And it's a wonderful love song. And definitely you showed yourself to be the romantic, as you said. But that's awesome. That's awesome, you know. Geez, I wish I would have wrote that song. But you know, I love the message in there too. You know, like you're defending each other's love too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when there's other people out there who are, you know, kind of trying to slip in there. It's like, that's my man, you know. So get out of here, Buster. You know. I really like that idea. So you defend your love. You know, you don't just defend one. Both of you do that. I think. And the other phrase I really liked is you make my bell ring. I like that.
Yeah, she do that.
Yeah, nice,
give
man.
It to her.
I'm not gonna ask any more questions, but I really like that. You make my bell.
I appreciate it.
Good stuff, man. Loved it.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Very special, man. Trevan?
Yeah, I'm first of all, like Tim Bruce pointed out to you, I'm such a sucker for those kind of background vocals. That stuff will always, for me, there's something so special. And I'm sure it's because it's such a cultural thing. It's penetrating, you know, the gospel element, that idea of a choir singing behind, and it's like the angels singing behind with you in support of what you're talking about. But also just the sound of the track, and that, like, I will always be, there's something so comforting about those feelings and those songs. And like you said, like it's not just the sound, but it's also your intention is embodied in the song. And to have a song that's meant to be a true conveyance of your love and devotion to this person and what they mean to you. It was just instant for me, just pure, like my heart. I felt safe. And that to me is maybe the most important thing too. I felt safe when I was listening to it. And that's like, you know, how you would want the woman of your affection, the person of your affection to feel. It's like there's safety here.
Right. Well, that was the whole intent, to let her know I appreciate her. So, you know.
Hey,
she's a good
do you
woman.
know, if you just heard that song on the radio, you would love it. But never mind hearing the man introduce why he wrote it, and then watching him sit and singing it while we're all watching it together. I mean, that's brilliant.
Oh, you can see me?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, you see Harrison.
I'm sorry.
Uncle
What?
Tootsie,
Sorry,
yeah, man.
I didn't know you could see me.
Until the
perfect.
next time, you're a legend. Harrison Kenner, TK, one love, brother.
Appreciate it.
Can I just add something, right? See, I've been wanting to get Harrison and Pastor Gerald Scott together for a long time, and I nearly had them on the same show tonight. Then Tim Bruce has come in here, and I know that there's many other good, godly people in the family. I was going to ask you to be the co-host of a gospel / spoken word show, but Pastor Gerald couldn't make it. He's very sad he can't make it. But do you have 5 more minutes just to hear one of his songs? Because he's very special and it might make his bond, even though he's not here, in that case, Pastor Gerald Scott with Right Road Now. If you have to leave, you have to leave, but it's definitely the last song. This man's very special. He's in charge of a church, a few hundred at least, Right Road Now by Pastor Gerald Scott. Enjoy, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
One love.
Road now. I'm on the right road now. Right road now. I'm on the right road now. Oh, I'm on the right road now. Right road now. I'm on the right road now. You know what? I fixed it. I fixed it up with Jesus. It was a long time. Long. And I'm on the right road now. Right road now. On the right road now. I'm on the right road now. On the right road now. I'm on the right road now. Oh, I'm on the right road now. On the right road now. On the right road now. Oh, I fixed it up with Jesus. It was a long time ago. I'm on the right road now. Somebody might not believe me, but I'm on the right road now. The right road now. On the right road now. Lord, I'm on the right road now. On the right road now. On the right road. Bill Tillery from Delhi, Louisiana said, I fixed it up with sleep on Bill. I fixed it long time ago. Long time. And I'm on the right road now. I'm on the right road now. I'm on the right road now. Yes, I am. I'm on the right road now. I'm on the right road now. I'm on the right road now. Oh, I fixed it up with Jesus. Somebody didn't hear me. I fixed it up with Jesus. Oh, I fixed it up with Jesus. Somebody may need to know how to fix it. I fixed it up with Jesus. Go down on your knees. I fixed it up with Jesus. Have a little talk with Jesus. I fixed it up with Jesus. Call him, say, Father. I fixed it up with Jesus. I stretch my hand to thee. I fixed it up with Jesus. I know the help. I fixed it up with Jesus. No other help I know. I fixed it up with Jesus. If thou withdraw, I fixed it up with Jesus. Withdraw yourself from me. I fixed it up with Jesus. You can ask the Lord. Tell me where. With Jesus. Tell me where. With Jesus. Where shall I go? I fixed it up with yes. And I'm glad. I fixed it up with yes, Jesus. I am. That I fixed it with Jesus. I fixed it up with Jesus. You know what it was? Amazing grace. I fixed it up with yes. How sweet the sound. I fixed it up with yes, Jesus. It was. Now, that's with a wretch like me. Yes, it did. I fixed it up. Yes. I fixed it up. Yes, it did. I fixed it up. Fixed it up. I fixed it up. With Jesus. I fixed it up. My God. I fixed it up. Long time ago. I fixed it up. I gave. I fixed it up. The preacher my hand. I fixed it up. And I gave. I fixed it up. My God, my heart. I fixed it up. I fixed it. I fixed it up. Yes, I did. I fixed it up. And I'm holding to his hand. Won't let go. I'm a walking in his will. I'm a walking.
I don't usually do this. I don't usually play a song if the artist isn't here. But I just Harrison and I just know you're meant to be you're meant to be friends, and I'm going to make sure it happens. If Gerald was here, he will hear it. What would you like to say to him about his track quickly, and then we'll end the show? Harrison, Tim Bruce, Tim Hopkins. Harrison.
Remind me of my father was a pastor, so that reminds me of going to church, raised in church, still go to church. That brought back some old school stuff. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that's one of them foot stompers. Yeah, I like it.
Well said, well said. Tim Bruce, then Tim Hopkins.
Yeah, Black Gospel has, it's something that's very prevalent in America. It hasn't quite taken the same level here in England. But when I came to the States on one occasion, I just wanted to go and experience a gospel service like that because, it is the atmosphere is so different, and what we need in the church is diversity, not uniformity. And
right,
and so we want to welcome the variety of sounds that we can have within the church, and this is just such a viable, model and works so well. Yeah.
Honestly, you get to hear some of his other stuff. The man's that was one of his songs where he doesn't show off his talents as much. The man's like James Brown in some of his. I mean, do you not hear a little bit of James Brown or anyone? Tim Hopkins, Kimbo, and then Trevan as in heaven. The final three compliments of the evening. Tim Hopkins.
Yeah, I was going to say I was hearing James Brown all the way through that. I just love the vocal, love the vocal performance, and the whole call response between the lead vocal and the backing vocals, and yeah, I love that.
Well said, well said. Here, Gerald, we all love you here, brother. Kimbo and then Trevan.
I want to go to that church. I mean, I was raised extremely religiously. My mother, father, everything. And, one thing that my mother always said about singing, and because a lot of churches don't. And she said, David was a little tipsy one time. He was happy. He was running around dancing and singing in his underwear. And out the window, his wife says, "You're making a fool out of yourself." And he said, God said, "Well, you're barren now." So to me, let's dance and sing, It's that important to, I think, to religion and also to worship, to be happy about it,
Right.
So that's great.
Well said, everyone. Trevan, as in heaven. Final compliment of the evening, brother.
Yeah, man. I was just remembering too. There was a movie. It was a kids movie, like an animated movie or something like that. But there was a scene with a bunch of the characters. Basically, they had stumbled into a gospel scene of birds that were like singing these like super like. And I remember the impact that had on me. I must have been like 3-4 years old, and to this day, anytime I hear stuff like that, there's always once again, like an admiration for it. And similarly, I don't know if I've ever really been, maybe once I've been to an actual gospel church. But always just, and the same thing with the James Brown stuff too. And obviously they pull lineages from that too. And I know Stevie and Ray Charles too, right? They found ways to bridge and take what was so great about that and make it accessible to a mass audience that might have otherwise not even heard it. So it's really cool, man. Very well done.
Wasn't it just, but honestly, Pastor Gerald Scott, we all love you here. Tim Bruce, Trevan, Tim Hopkins, Kimbo, Harrison, thanks for staying to the end. This has been a 2-hour show. We only had 8 artists on it, 9 including Gerald. Some magic happened here tonight. This is different from other shows. I hope you all felt that as well. I'm going to end Facebook Live. Goodbye, Facebook. Doesn't really matter to me, but the main recording, I've got every show. Peace, world peace. We all want world peace. Put your V's in the air and then I'll stop the show, ladies and gentlemen. Give us a V for peace. One love.